Good morning. Yay. Okay. The music you just heard invites us to arrive, to settle body and spirit, and to prepare for this time of worship. As an act of care for those gathered here and those joining us online, please silence your devices so that we may share this in presence and connection. If you are visiting today, you're invited to fill out a card from the seat back behind your chairs or in front and return it to the welcome table or in the offering plate so that we may extend our welcome to you. Please know that whoever you are, wherever you're from, whomever you love, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. Good morning again. Welcome to San Gabriel Universalist Fellowship. Whether you are here in this sanctuary or joining us online, whether for the first time or the 1,000th, we're glad you're here. My name is Joelle, and my pronouns are she and her. I am honored to be your lay later this morning. So I just want to say a few words that I love all of you very much. That's, oh, I've been coming here about 2 years, and from the minute I walked through the door, fantastic. Everybody had great energy, and I hope that the new folks that I'm seeing a lot more of will really consider joining us, because we just had a joining ceremony, so please think about it, because it's a great place. So, moving on. San Gabriel is part of a larger movement of Unitarian Universalist congregations working together for a just, peaceful, and sustainable world. And here in this community, we begin that work by sustaining one another in love.
Good morning. I'm Eric Hepburn. My pronouns are he, him. I'm honored to serve as your worship leader and pulpiteer this morning. Together we'll enter a time of word and silence, of song and spirit, as we shape this time of worship together. Please recite after me the words to light our chalice. We light this flame to remind us. Love is the center.
Love is the center.
As we grow and connect. Mature and deepen. Love is our center.
Love is our center.
When the light of truth burns all else away. Love endures. Our calling in song is the song that welcomes us in every morning, but that we don't get to sing that often. It's Come, Come, Whoever You Are. It's number 188 in the gray hymnal. Please rise in body or spirit as you're able, and let us lift our voices together. For we are here, we are awake, and we are one community. We will sing this song through 2 times. The Wonder Box reminds us that wisdom often comes in small packages and that curiosity is a sacred gift at every age. Candace White, our Director of Religious Exploration, will now share this time of learning and wonder with us.
Good morning. Every month in RE, we have a different theme that we explore. And this month, we've been exploring the theme of embodying resilience. And every Sunday, we open up our Wonder Box so that it gives us a clue as to how we're going to explore the theme specifically this week. So let's see what's inside. It's empty. Wait, hold on. It's saying something to me. It's saying knock knock. Olivia. Olivia next door to you. Wait, hold on. Knock knock. Alex. I'll explain later. Open up. Okay, last one. Knock knock. Annie. Anybody gonna let me in? What do these jokes have to do with embodying resilience? Laughter and silliness make us feel joy, and those feelings can help us be strong when there are sad times. Being silly can help us be strong. When we laugh or make a funny face, it can help our bodies relax, help our brains take a break, and help us feel closer to the people around us. Being silly won't fix every problem, and it's still important to talk about things that are hard, but finding a little moment of a giggle here and there can make big feelings feel a little smaller and help us keep trying. So today we're going to take this idea of using humor to help us embody resilience to the little house where we're going to be extra silly and read Dragons Love Tacos. Oh, and may your song be our blessing as we go that way.
Joey doesn't know this, but she just saved me from accidentally skipping Joys and Sorrows.
Yay.
Oh, wait, now she knows. Our hearts hold both joy and sorrow. Spoken here, they become healing medicine. If you wish to share, raise your hand, begin with your name, and hold the microphone so that your voice flows into it. A brief word spoken with care can be enough medicine for us all. So I saw some confused looks out in the audience about what is this sound bath business. So as you know, for a long time in this church, we've had a full moon ceremony that we do in the evening at or near the full moon. It's a drum circle. It's a high energy kind of a thing, as a drum circle will be. Kelly is our master of ceremonies for that. She's been doing amazing work in that part of our ministry. And it's a release thing. You come, you experience some intense stuff, you kind of do what we do once a year when we burn our things during fire communion, but you get to do that once a month. And it can be a really important and vital spiritual practice. And what Kelly has helped organize for us is the counterweight to that. So on the new moon, we're having another pagan ceremony once a month, and it's called a sound bath. And it is the opposite of outward focused, energetic, let's burn some stuff. It's let's engage in the cycle of rebirth in a calm, quiet, meditative way. She's found a wonderful practitioner who does sound work. So we gather here a little after 7. We lock the doors. We bring our yoga mats and pillows. We lay down and we experience a sound meditation experience called a sound bath. And it's a way of doing what pagans do on the new moon. We're resetting our intentions. We're grounding ourselves in the rhythm of Mother Earth as she holds us. And so if that sounds interesting, fascinating, or curious to you, please come try it out. Here's my truth in my family. My wife is my sound bath partner, and my son is my drum circle partner. So I come to all of them, but only one of them works for the other two people in my family, and that's okay. You can come try and find the one that feeds you. All right. Yes. Yes. Yep. Starting this month, we will have childcare at all those events. All right. So, now we pause to honor the great world house of which we are a part, lifting up the needs, the hopes, and the voices beyond these walls. And today, that great world house is to honor the Reverend Jesse Jackson. He was a civil rights leader, a Baptist minister, and a tireless advocate for justice who walked alongside Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He died on February 17th this week at the age of 84. Following in the footsteps of Shirley Chisholm, Jesse Jackson ran twice for the Democratic presidential nomination. He became the first black candidate to win state primaries, and in doing so, he helped reshape the party's priorities and expand the moral imagination of American politics. And that is no small feat. He expanded the map of American political possibility through what he called the Rainbow Coalition. The Rainbow Coalition. It's a lot like what you used do. We don't have to think alike to love alike. We come from different nationalities, different races, different creeds. We come from all over, but together we recognize that our shared humanity stands stronger and above those differences. The Rainbow Coalition was a reminder that resilience does not grow in isolation. It grows when people who have been divided discover that their struggles are intertwined. And in this great world house, we do not endure alone. We endure together. Amen. Our Song of Yearning deserves a slightly enhanced introduction. So, one of the lessons of leadership that I've learned is when things go badly, take the blame, and when they go well, spread the credit. So, if you love today's whole service, Sarah Smith gets credit. If something goes off the rails, that's my bad. But Sarah came and said, hey, we've been practicing this song, we want to do it. And I was like, I'm going to build a sermon around that song. Let's do this. So we're going to see how that goes. But our Song of Yearning this morning is Greensleeves, performed by Sarah Smith, Joe Nessheim, and Jackie Karish. Now, Sarah's going to sing us 2 verses, and then we're going to join in and we're going to sing those same two verses together with her a second time. As we listen and as we sing, let this music carry our tender hopes and deep questions into a place of prayer and presence.
Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off discourteously, for I have loved you well and long, delighting in your company. was my heart of gold, and who but my Lady Greensleeves? Your vows you've broken like my heart, oh why did you so enrapture me? Now I remain in a world apart, my heart remains in captivity. Greensleeves was all my joy, Greensleeves was my delight. Greensleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my Lady Greensleeves? Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off discourteously, for I have loved you well and long, delighting in your company. Greensleeves was all my joy, Greensleeves was my delight. Greensleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my Lady Greensleeves? Your vows you've broken like my heart, oh why did you so enrapture me? Now I remain in a world apart, delight remains in captivity. Greensleeves was all my joy, Greensleeves was my delight. Greensleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my Lady Greensleeves? And who but my Lady Greensleeves? Woo!
Thank you, Sarah. That was beautiful. And you guys too. A voice of wisdom. Let us enter a still place within, opening our hearts and minds to receive this voice of wisdom. After the words are spoken, we will breathe together in silence, preparing ourselves for the word unfolding among us. We welcome a voice of wisdom carried through Wendell Berry with this excerpt from his poem, Manifesto, The Mad Farmer Liberation Front. Need a drink. So, friends, every day do something that won't compute. Love the Lord. Love the world. Work for nothing. Take all that you have and be poor. Love someone who doesn't deserve it. Denounce the government and embrace the flag. Hope to live in that free republic for which it stands. Give your approval to all you cannot understand. Praise ignorance, for what man has not encountered, he has not destroyed. Ask the questions that have no answers. Invest in the millennium. Plant sequoias. Say that your main crop is the forest that you did not plant, that you will not live to harvest. Say that the leaves are harvested when they have rotted into the mold. Call that prophet. Prophecy such returns. Put your faith in the 2 inches of humus that will build under the trees every 1,000 years. Listen to the carrion. Put your ear close and hear the faint chattering of the songs that are to come. Expect the end of the world. Laugh. Laughter is immeasurable. Be joyful, though you have considered all the facts.
From breath to word, from silence to speech, we enter the unfolding in word. Laughter is immeasurable. Be joyful, though you have considered all the facts. That's what the kids are working on out there today. That's our healing laughter focus. That's one polarity that I'm going to ask you to hold in your heart while we're together this morning. And the second polarity is longing. Because that's what Greensleeves is about. When we love another, we open our heart to them in a way that makes us supremely woundable. Now that's true on an interpersonal level, as they say in Greensleeves, but it's true at every level, isn't it, friends? We open our heart to this community, and it means that tragedy in this community can wound us. We open our hearts to being Texans. And when Texas does things that hurts people, we bear that wound. We're Americans. And when we round people up and put them in cages, it hurts our heart. Whether we want to admit it or not, whether we want to accept our own complicity in it, despite our attempts to act against it. I've been asked this question a lot since I got here because I preach a lot about the necessity of becoming grief literate. How we have to learn to hold this longing in this sadness, the vulnerability that leads to woundedness, how we have to learn some skill in this area. And I've had people say, that's lovely. How? How do I do that? How do I do that? And I've spent some time talking about the negative unintended consequence of failing to do so. That unmetabolized sadness in our soul that comes from unfulfilled longing, that comes from vulnerability, that comes from our complicity in the harms of the places we love and the people with whom we share those places. When we shove them and don't metabolize them, they metastasize into the kinds of fear and anger and resentment that we see ripping at the very fabric of our culture. That's the negative unintended consequence of our failure to grieve, of our failure to be sad in a time for sadness. We know what pressure feels like. You don't need a headline to know something is tight. You feel it in your shoulders. You feel it in your jaw, in the way your breath shortens when the news alert goes off. We don't just laugh because we enjoy silliness. We laugh because sometimes we're either going to laugh or cry. And we make a strategic choice in that moment. But sometimes we pick laughter just so we won't cry. And that could be a mistake. One of the ways that we might metabolize some of this sadness is to choose crying a little more often. When you could release the pressure by making a joke, but you're in the safety of beloved folks who are willing and capable to hold some sadness with you. Just try, once in a while, to pick tears instead. It won't kill you, despite what your parents said. It sounds too simple, does it, to say that permission to just feel sad and be sad and feel overwhelmed is some kind of magic key. But all keys are like magic, aren't they? All keys are like magic. Any technology complex enough that I don't understand it appears like magic to me, and I do not understand locks. Some people do, sure. Some people understand them quite well. They could use a little set of sticks and make them do what they want. Awesome. I don't. A key is just like magic to me. And I have an engineering degree. But keys are like magic. And the reason that the first time in your life you saw that little poster that says, "Everything important I ever needed to know I learned in kindergarten," the reason it hit you like an arrow to your heart is because you saw something in it that was deeply true. That before the world got complicated with strategy and complexity, the lessons of simple kindness, of finding joy, of caring for one another, those lessons ought not be obscured by that complexity. They're still the foundation for the world we want to build with one another. Greensleeves carries ache. It doesn't rush it away. It doesn't fix it. It lets longing be beautiful instead of brittle. It lets longing be something you could sit with for a while instead of trying to grab your broom and chase it out the front door. We don't need to eliminate longing. We need to let longing stay connected to our love, the love that birthed it, long enough that it doesn't curdle into resentment. Because your ego, your brain's going to jump in there and be like, surely this is somebody's fault. This way I'm feeling is unfair. The universe has unfolded in a way of which I do not approve. Oh, Heavenly Father, would thou please grant me a scapegoat? Someone to blame for this deep misfortune, so that instead of feeling the sadness and brokenheartedness of my longing, I can blame someone for it instead. Luckily, God doesn't answer those kind of prayers, but your ego will gladly step in and provide you with a ready list of names of the most blameworthy people whom you could learn to live without, and you can just frame this on them. I think I quoted this the last time I was in the pulpit. Marshall Rosenberg said, "In the moment, you are allowed to feel." I don't just mean allowed, I mean like encouraged. If you're here today, you're not just allowed to feel your feelings. I am encouraging you to feel your feelings, all of them. He says, you are allowed to feel whatever feelings you're feeling. But the moment that what you're feeling becomes somebody else's fault, the violence has already begun. Marshall Rosenberg was a master of nonviolence. He developed the whole nonviolent communication strategy. He talks about how to listen with your giraffe heart and hear the human longing, the human need underneath it, even when people are using unkind words with you. Eric, that was the worst sermon I ever heard today. Giraffe ears. Now, so here's what Marshall did. He said, okay, jackal ears say, well, that's just because you weren't ready to hear my awesome sermon. Right? That's the jackal. Defensiveness. I'm still right. I think that means you must be wrong. Giraffe ears. Eric, I can't tell you why. But I'm sad because I came and I needed you to speak to my heart this morning. And for whatever reason, it missed. For whatever reason. Now, I can't sit with my sadness about it. So it came out as anger directed at you. But giraffe ears don't hear that. Giraffe ears hear, I had a longing in my heart this morning, and I came and I sat in that chair right there, and I needed something, and I didn't get it from you. That's how I would be sad about that comment. I don't know how else to teach you how to mourn, but to model it for you. Because cognitive behavioral therapy is right. The story you tell yourself creates the emotional landscape that then you have to navigate. The external thing that comes in from the world is just one little part of it. How you turn it into a series of thoughts and stories in your own head matters deeply and greatly. It changes the whole inflection of the thing. You have to own your stories, folks, whatever they are. Whatever they are, own them. And here's the beautiful part. The world is full of Marshall Rosenbergs. If you want to find a new way to tell yourself a story, you have but look. You have but to look. And you will find guides and wisdom that will help you rewrite the story of how you show up every day. If you want book recommendations, you know how to get a hold of me. I have more than I can do anything with. The Great World House is not an idea. It is also an idea. But it is not only an idea. It is a practice. It is a practice because when one nervous system steadies, it's contagious. Sometimes that's me in a room, and sometimes, thank all that is, it's somebody else when I need it. When we sing together, breathe together, show up together, we co-regulate. We co-regulate and we collaborate. And all the best things are born that way. It's one of the biggest lies I had to unlearn. I was told when I was growing up that only competition can create greatness. If you'd like, you can go home this afternoon and turn on the internet or the television and hear that message repeated back to you ad nauseum as part of the Olympics. Only competition and the striving for national greatness will produce amazing human accomplishment. Right? I'm not lying, am I? That's what they're going to tell you. I've been hearing it for days. Sick of it. Sick of it. It's not, look, I want people to get to show up and do their best. I want that for them. Maybe the competition is why we have drugging scandals. Maybe the competition is why these identities that we cling to get in our way more than they help us. I don't know. Coalition. So we've got co-regulation and collaboration. When we do those things together, we are in a coalition. And a coalition is not political first. It is physiological and relational first. It's the same root word as community, communitas. We are in community together. It means we agree to show up and collaborate. We agree to show up and co-regulate with one another. We agree to be an anchor in the sea, a safe harbor in the storm for one another. That's what it means to be relationship first. It's not my first time talking about this. It sure as heck won't be my last. We do joys and sorrows every week. We use it as an entree to try to practice praise and grief every week. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. A little bit of honesty. A little bit of, this is what's making me sad this week. A little bit of, here's where I saw the light of joy this week. Coming up, I believe we're going to do it in the third Wednesday in March. I'll talk about it next week. I forgot to put it in the announcements today, so I'm saying it now during the sermon. I collaborated with a few folks right after the election, and we did a couple grief events in the evening. And we talked about having a big grief ritual that we were going to do in the church and invite a bunch of people, and it was going to be a pretty intense kind of 3-day thing. And most people in the community said, yeah, no. So we didn't get enough people sign up for that. And it said, oh, okay, so we weren't ready for 3 days of solid grief. So we're starting off a little smaller. Myself and 2 therapists who help put on those other grief events, we're going to try, probably on the third Wednesday of each month, we're just going to have a little grief circle gathering here on Wednesday evenings, and we're going to put our toe in the grief work water and hopefully give a little bit better answer to this question of, okay, you've convinced me. I want to metabolize my sadness so that it doesn't metastasize into anger, fear, hatred, and all that stuff, but I don't know how. This is going to be one way to start doing some skill building in that area. So the chalice words aren't aspirational fluff. They're instructions. When the light of truth burns all else away, what's left is the truth of our relationship with one another. And somehow, mystically, magically, like a key, when we slow down and get quiet enough to feel that connection with one another, we sense that in ways we might not understand and don't have to put labels on, that there's other things in that network connected into it. Whether we call it love, whether we call it life, whether we call it Gaia or God or the ground of all being, there's something that holds our web in a larger web. And that is a beautiful thing to touch. When the light of truth burns all else away, if we can stay aligned with love in that moment, then resilience becomes more than survival. Resilience becomes more than survival, more than just, I woke up another day. Stephen Jenkinson says it like this. He says, life is a gift. It's not an entitlement. But we're living in a world and a culture where entitlement is so normalized, it's hard not to take the next day for granted. Because the message that we're hearing, along with these messages about competition, are filled with entitlement. That next day, that's not a gift, friends. That's your birthright. You better stand up and claim that birthright. Sorry, my family hates when I do this. Like, they find it terribly disturbing. I admit, it's pretty bad. I don't even know. I don't even know who I'm making fun of. I'm making fun of, like, my own alter ego. Now, damn it, boy. I'm telling you, that is your birthright. You go claim it. What an opposite, though, right? No, I just want you to pause. So the laughter releases, right? Now into the space created by that release of tension, I want you to seriously pour and focus your discernment, your spiritual discernment on that empty space created for a minute, and ask how fundamental the difference between the next day is my birthright and the next day is a gift of powers I don't understand and don't control. How different do you show up to waking up in the morning, whether choosing which of those two stories you want to start your day with? When you watch the news tonight, they're going to convince you that you are powerless in the face of what's going on right now. My friends, the power to choose how to start your own day, they cannot take that from you. And everything they threaten is founded on the foundation that you will show up like you're entitled. Because every day that you show up entitled, you are a stimulus jerk puppet answering their call. They're like, oh, you're entitled? Perfect. I've got the perfect solution of buttons for you. Outrage, indignation. All right, now they're going to do exactly what we want them to do the whole day because they showed up entitled. They put their buttons on display, hung it on the front door. All I had to do was walk up and go, bleep, bleep, bleep. This is the program behavior I would like today from you. Thank you for your cooperation. But if every day is a gift, friend, you become unpredictable. If every day is a gift, you become unpredictable. You become full of agency and love and the power of life in ways that are not easily manipulable. They cannot take your agency from you if you do not give it to them. Amen. Thanks.
Each week, we give an offering to sustain this spiritual home and to support the work of our fellowship. Today's offertory music is the final verses of Greensleeves, offered by Sarah Smith, Jackie Karish, and Joe Nezime. May our gifts and this music be blessings. The offering will now be gratefully received.
I will pray to God on high that thou my constancy mayest see, and that yet once before I die thou wilt vouchsafe to love me. Greensleeves was all my joy, Greensleeves was my delight, Greensleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my lady Greensleeves? Ah, Greensleeves, now farewell, adieu. To God I pray to prosper thee, for I am still thy lover true. Come once again and love me. Greensleeves was all my joy, Greensleeves was my delight, Greensleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my lady Greensleeves, and who but my lady Greensleeves?
And now we return to this beloved house where our covenant lives in the announcements and invitations we share. We've got a lot going on. Singing Resistance is a decentralized movement building a mass network of singers committed to protecting and caring for their communities in the face of rising authoritarianism. Grounded in love, nonviolence, and solidarity, participants sing publicly in the streets as an antidote to fear and isolation, using song to connect, to name what is sacred, to voice dissent, and to refuse cooperation with oppressive forces. St. Gabriel is starting a group. So join Candace and I here in the sanctuary on this Wednesday, February 25th, from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. for our first practice session. Our first singing action is planned for Sunday, March 1st at 1 p.m. in the Georgetown Square. So after church, we will take those with us who are interested and willing, and we will go and sing on the square. You do not have to show up to practice to show up to the action and vice versa. But you are welcome. Details are also in the messenger. The city of Georgetown will host a free public premiere of Segregation on Trial, the Integration of Georgetown Schools at 7 p.m. this coming Thursday, February 26th at Hewlett and Friends Room in the Georgetown Public Library, 402 West 8th Street. Our own Keith Hutchinson is a contributor on the film, so please consider joining us at the Georgetown Public Library on Thursday. Early voting is happening now. Williamson County voters can vote at any of the 21 early voting locations through this Friday, the 27th. If you wait until Election Day on March 3rd, you will only be able to vote at your precinct polling place. And on Election Day, there will be separate polling places for the Republican and Democratic primaries. Dawn, raise your hand. Dawn has copies of the League of Women Voters guides in the back and is here to help you if you have any voting questions. One of our families, Layla and Laura Morgan, are in California right now for medical treatment. We are, in the spirit of collaboration, cooperation, and community, promoting their GoFundMe campaign as a way to express our love and support, physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial, for them in this challenging time. There's a donation link in the messenger, and there is a flyer back by that painting by the door to the porch outside with a QR code that links to their GoFundMe page. If you feel moved or have the capacity to send them some love and some funds to help them with this time, that would be deeply appreciated. If you would like to sign up to get the right size of San Gabriel UU Side with Love t-shirt, please add your name and size to the clipboard in the visitor area before you leave today. We're going to try and get shirts ordered this week. Announcement from our membership team and Pat Berthold. You may have noticed there was no Sunday handout of announcements today, the physical paper one. That's because our team of one who produces the handout is out of town. And we're trying to build a team of one into a team of more than one. We don't want it to become all you, but if you have bandwidth, interest, capacity, please check in at the membership table. Pam would really appreciate having a teammate or two to help produce the handout. You can send her an email at sundayhandout@sangabrieluu.org or speak to Pat, Jamie, or anybody at the welcome table. Also, just to give you a heads up, I did a leadership event, lost my words. Good thing this service is almost over. I presented a session at the Leadership Austin Conference on Friday this week. It was a 1-hour session about how we reclaim and cultivate wisdom. I'm going to be offering a 4-hour version of that as part of our adult RE program in April. So for about 4 weeks, starting toward the end of April, you can come to church an hour and a half early, and we'll do adult RE over in the fellowship house, and we'll do a 4-week session on reclaiming wisdom. So I just getting that on your radar in case that's something you're interested in. Starting next week, we'll go ahead and have a sign-up sheet in the back so that we can start to get an idea of how many people want to come. We'll probably not start as late as our adult RE has started in the past, depending on how many people we have, because I'm going to have to transition on a few of those days from teaching to preaching in a pretty short window. So we'll see how that goes. And that's the news from this beloved house.
We close with words of covenant, promises to make to one another and to the world. Let us share them together in a unison reading. Here we go. Love is the spirit of this community. Truth is our sacred quest. Justice is our prayer. We dwell together in peace. We seek wisdom and freedom. We serve life in fellowship. We grow in harmony with the sacred. Thus we do covenant with one another.
I'm just going to skip every part of the service today, y'all. I don't know what it is. I'm just like, aren't we done? No, not yet. Our returning song. Our returning song is We Shall Overcome, number 169 in the gray hymnal. Please rise in body or spirit as you're able, and let us sing our way forward into the world, renewed and strengthened together. And I'm going to invite you to hold Reverend Jesse Jackson and his family in your hearts as we sing this in his honor today.
Please recite after me the words to extinguish the chalice. We extinguish this flame to remind us. Love is the center. As we explore and rest, engage and heal, love is our center. When only ashes remain, love endures. Oh. I am sorry, y'all. I love you.
Other thing.
Oh, okay. Oh my God.
It's all good. It's all good.
Actually, I did wrong.
I still messed up more than you today, so we're in good shape.
Okay.
Thank God. Thank God through the way that we show up here in this place every week we get to practice not perfectionism. Today and every day that we're up here together, we make sure to practice, let not the perfect be the enemy of the good. Because what we do is good, and it is not incidental. is not incidental that perfectionism isn't getting in the way of it being good. Letting go of perfectionism might be the thing that opens up enough space